Hello everybody, in today's video I'm going to show you how to make tools just like this in Roblox Studio. So just like this, we have a bag of chips, soda pop, a Wonka bar, and a kebab. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the editor here and I'm going to make myself a tool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a part. Let's go with a block. I'm going to make a pickaxe. So we're going to scale the part up just like this. You can do whatever you want for your tool, but I'm going to just do 2 parts for now. It'll look something like this. Yeah, just like this. Okay, now since I have both of my parts, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select both of these. And then once I'm in my Explorer, I'm going to drag them down into the starter pack down here. Now, they're going to disappear on your screen. I just like putting them in starter pack because it's easier to move around in and access these, but once you're in the starter pack here, click the plus, and then you're going to insert a tool. Once you got this tool, take your parts, put them under the tool, and now you're going to click the plus sign, and you're going to add another part inside your tool here, and you're going to name this handle, capital H, and make sure you have correct spelling. What this does is it is the part that the player actually grabs. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're going to move it outside of starter pack. Technically, you didn't need to do that little bit where you moved it in and out of starter pack, but it just made it easier for me to understand it. So now I put it back into the workspace. Here's my tool. If we select it, for some reason our handle's all the way over here. So I'm just gonna move it. Use the move tool. Let's move it all the way down here. Oh, it's moving both of them. So we're just gonna select the handle individually. Moving. Oops. Okay, here we go. So once you have this handle here, you kind of want to position it in a way where you want the player to grab it. So for this instance, I'm just going to make it a different color so it's easier to look at. We'll make it brown. So I kind of want the player to grab it from a nice perspective so it looks like they're holding it facing this way. Whatever kind of tool this is. So I'm going to make it so I have a little flat piece right here. Stretches to here and here. If you have a different kind of vibe or maybe you have a gun, you can just adjust this part to wherever you want. But it does take a little bit of practice understanding where the handle's supposed to go. But we're just going to use this for reference. So I have my handle here. And now once I have this, inside the handle right here, you're going to go to the Explorer, go to the tool, and then in the handle, you're going to click the plus. And then you're going to search up weld, and you're going to add a weld constraint. So we're going to also open the properties, click view, properties. Now if you click the weld constraint, then you go inside your properties here. You get an option under the parts, and it says part 0 and part 1. Basically, what this is doing is connecting this handle to everything else so the player can hold it all in one piece. So all we're going to do is take the weld constraint. The part 0 is always going to be a handle, and the part 1 is going to be a part in your thing. So we have 2 parts, so part 1 is going to be 1 part, and then we're going to control D, we're going to duplicate this, and then our second part is going to be the other one. But it's kind of hard to tell which one's which, so I'm going to make that one part 1 and this one part 2. It's just quality, so you can always look back and know what's what. So let's connect it to part 2, and let's connect it to part 1. There we go. All right, so now we have our tool successfully made. So now we're going to go into all of this, and we have our 3 parts. We need to make sure 2 things. First thing we got to make sure is that it's not anchored. So not anchored, and we got to make sure it can't collide. If you make it be able to collide, that means if you run into a wall, the part is going to stop you from getting into that wall. So it acts as a real object. So we're going to turn that off. Then we're going to turn it off for this. And we're going to turn it off for this. All right, once we have all of this, we are going to take the tool and we are going to drag it all the way back down, and we're going to put it inside our starter pack. This might take a second. All right, starter pack, and now it's disappeared. So now if we click play, we are greeted with this big tool in our hands. So the thing is our tool right here, it's not the way I want it to be. So if I click stop, and then I go back into the tool and I bring it back into the workspace, if I select the handle individually and then I click rotate, and I rotate this handle, let's say I want to rotate it 90 degrees this way, just like this. Then I take the tool and move it back into the starter pack. So I click paste into, click play. Now oh, that's backwards. Okay, so we're gonna move it 180 around one more time. So bear with me. Usually this happens a lot, so you kind of got to get the gist of it. So we're gonna move this handle 180 degrees, just like that. Okay, now we're gonna copy this tool. I'm gonna delete it here and put it back to the starter pack. And there we go. We have made our tool. I recommend you also make this part here, the brown part, transparent so you can't see that. Again, you can make this tool whatever you want. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed any of the content you saw, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to help me grow this channel. If you want to see any kind of content or any scripting tutorials, leave a comment down below what you want to see, and I will be sure to make a video on it. Thanks again. Have a nice winter break.